let's back up and take a moment to learn everything we need to know about this midlife stage. So Marjorie, you and I are going to go talk about Menopause 101. Let's go. Okay, Dr. Dixon.
Yes,
so you're going to give us the scoop on the ups and downs and everything in between. I want to start with age. At what age do women usually go through menopause?
So the average age of menopause is 51, but women can go through it. The transition kind of somewhere between 45 and 55 years of age.
Okay. And that's menopause. Talk to me about perimenopause and then what happens after menopause if there is an after.
Okay, so menopause, by definition, is 12 months of no period, and then you're considered in menopause.
So after that 12 months, if a week goes by...
1 day.
Even
12
one
months,
day.
1 day, now you're post-menopausal.
Right.
Because menopause is finished.
Yes.
And now you're into the period after not having any periods.
And you stay in post-menopause for the rest of your life?
Until you die.
Until you die. Okay. It's very final.
Yes.
Yes.
And then the transition also, it happens over kind of 5 to 7 years.
Okay.
So for some women, we'll start to say, oh, I think I had a hot flash. I'm not really sure. I burnt from the inside out.
Yeah.
And then it didn't happen. But then it became more frequent, and then I figured out triggers. So that's part of it. But sometimes the periods start to get a little different. Like where people before was like, I was clockwork 28 days, and then I don't know what happened. I think I skipped a month, but then it came regular again. That's still not menopause. That is perimenopause. So peri is kind of the fluctuation before.
Yeah.
Once you have your 12 months, then you're menopausal. 12 months plus a day, postmenopausal. And the issue is you can have no period for 3 months, then you get another period again. It's like pushing the C button on your calculator, restart.
Okay.
I know, and then you have to wait for a period of a gap.
You can go 11 months and have a period and then press the restart.
Yeah, and you press restart. You just got to make sure once you're postmenopausal, you shouldn't be bleeding. See a doctor.
Okay. If you've gone through that 12 months and a day and you start bleeding again, go see a physician.
Go see somebody. Yeah, just to make sure it's nothing insidious.
So I'm in that perimenopausal place where I have my period and all the amazing symptoms of menopause. Isn't that awesome?
It's like bonus.
It's so great. I say that sarcastically.
Yeah.
Talk to me about what can be done about some of these symptoms, because we've talked about hormone replacement therapy in the past. It's been very controversial.
Yes.
What is it, and is it still as controversial as it was before?
So hormone therapy is not that controversial. It became controversial because, like, when I trained in the 90s, it was like, let's put it in the water. It's good for everybody. People feel happy. So hormones. We'll put hormones back for everyone. Until they did a study to look at it, and it looked like the older women postmenopausally, so 60 plus, were actually having some problems after being on long-term hormone replacement. So they were starting to get a greater risk of heart disease and a greater risk of breast cancer. But when it was studied further and it teased out, that made everybody stop prescribing hormones for a little while, 66% drop. Then they actually looked at the information properly. If you're early postmenopausally, it's okay to replace the hormone for you without any danger to your health.
Okay.
And actually it just takes the edge off because you have estrogen. Every tissue of your body has estrogen receptors. Well, many tissues of your body, not every, have receptors. When you take away the estrogen after your reproductive lifespan, where you ovulate every month and out of the egg estrogen is secreted, taking away something that your body is used to every day.
Yes.
And so your tissues feel it. Centrally, your temperature control goes off. Locally, your vagina can get dry. You get bladder irritability because the tissues of the bladder, the surface of the bladder, and also of the tube that leads out, your urethra, that's also estrogen sensitive. So you take away estrogen, you have those symptoms. So temperature control is your hot flashes and night sweats. The vaginal dryness, sexual functioning, blood flow to your vagina, all estrogen related. Your face, the collagen in your face.
The
hormone
collagen.
too.
Oh, for crying out loud!
I know we love estrogen.
So, is there anything good about losing estrogen? Is it all bad news?
It's not all bad news, but it's an adjustment.
Okay, like it also makes you irritable not having that estrogen.
Well, yeah, you can get irritability.
See, I'm getting irritable now.
You're getting irritable. You might get.
It's too much bad news.
Be careful, you might trigger a flash.
Right? Right? Shh, calm down.
Namaste.
It's okay.
Yeah. So you have to recognize it's not every woman is the same thing.
Yeah.
And the symptoms that women have, they need to talk about so that they can help to fix the thing that's their thing.
Right.
And not everybody's going to have the same thing as the other woman's thing.
No, everybody's an individual. We're just going to throw it all out there, and you pick and choose. If you see something that we're talking about, at least you can feel a little bit more normal.
Yeah, and normalizing it's important. Talking about it's important because it's not abnormal. Feeling out of sorts is completely normal.
Yeah.
And talking about what's happening makes it okay. Like people in their 40s, you can go through menopause in your 30s.
Yes.
Women behave like their mothers, like their sisters. And so talk to your mom. How old were you, Mom, when you went through menopause?
I'm going to talk to my mom about it. I remember when she was having hot flashes. I remember my dad brought a big old fan and it had a remote control.
Smart man.
So she could, turn it on and off before when she was sleeping.
Yeah.
I want to talk more about vaginal dryness. So feminine dryness is one of the most common concerns of menopausal women. We touched on it a bit, but a product like Replens can help with all of that.
Yeah.
What will intimacy be like after menopause?
So intimacy after menopause can be fantastic, but there are changes that happen to sexual functioning because estrogen goes away.
Yeah.
So, you know, the intensity of orgasms can be a little bit less.
This is terrible.
It's a terrible thing. But you know, if you start to notice change, you can work at it.
Right.
And so you can moisturize every single day your vagina if you find it's getting dry. If penetrative sex, I'll specify, is uncomfortable, for those moments you use a lubricant. And if that's not working for you, talk to your partner. Have open expression about what's going on. Things change. There are a lot of people for whom penetrative sex postmenopausally has to be worked at in a consistent way. And what my patients tell me is once you get past that hump, on the other side, it's fantastic.
Oh, good.
So you use it or you lose it, so please use it.
Yeah, use it.
Yeah.
Finally, we get to the good news.
No, but it's good. You have more time. Your kids have gone away to college.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Okay.
Menopause is fantastic. A lot of women will assert menopause is fantastic, but it's normal to feel abnormal through the transition. Talk about it. Talk to a physician.
Thank you, Doc. Appreciate it. It's time for a break. Our menopause special continues after this.